Good morning, London. I'm Matt Brown, and you're listening to Buckle Up. It's your weekly update about all things London, brought to you by London, Ontario Online News. That's LOON for short. So every Monday morning, I'll be hosting someone from our team to give you the information that you need to be prepared for the week ahead.
And with me today is Mike Donachie. Mike, good morning. Before we dig into the local news, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about this project?
Good morning, Matt. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. This is London, Ontario Online News. And if you're receiving this, you should be aware that we are putting out new content every day this week. We're a new local media startup which supports local independent journalists. And there are 5 of us, including Mr. Matt Brown of this parish. Hello, Matt.
I am so excited to be a part of this. Why don't you tell everybody who else is on the team?
Yeah, well, Matt's got Mondays, and then on Tuesdays with Cedric. And Cedric and I are out in the city and examining all the different wards, so London in 14 wards. So look out for that one tomorrow.
And that's an audio, is it?
There's a wee bit audio in there, but that's an article. So one of the things to know about London, Ontario Online News is that we are platform agnostic, and we'll just use the best channels that are currently going.
And we'll plug anybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we've got a bit of audio there and a bit and a massive text article, which is great. So look out for all the discussion of politics of the area and so on. On Wednesday, I've got some City Hall bits. On Thursday, Diana Tamblyn is doing her arts and culture column, second one this week. Whoa! And on Friday, Steve Cordis brings up the rear with a reflection for the week.
And we're just bringing it all together.
The idea is that we all share some values. And we all give a damn about getting out and telling some local stories.
And that's exactly it. I agree with you, Mike. And I think that, we've got some great professional local media reporters here in London, and they're working as hard as they possibly can. And they're putting out really great stuff. And we're going to give shout outs to them too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to do it for money as well, because in this project, everybody gets paid. What we're going to do is open up subscriptions, and we're going to give people fair pay for their work as journalists to get out there in the community and talk about it. And we're beginning with arts and culture last week, so there's one of those columns up now. There's a whole bunch more coming this week, and we're running on raw energy and enthusiasm here, so we know that we're being forgiven for being a wee bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing a minimum viable product here, and I think it's a great product, and it's going to grow. But yeah, we're going to have some growing pains for sure.
Yeah, and follow along. I mean, whatever. It's good fun. We're going to learn in plain sight.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, let's get into it. The week ahead, what are you seeing?
Well, the main thing is the weather. It's right on. It's hot as hell.
Breaking news. Rain on Tuesday.
Yeah, Scorchio. It's very scorching out there, and I'm already keeping an eye on my newly planted climbing roads, which will be pretty and pink up the front of my house one day. But right now, it's looking okay. But I was away some of the weekend, the Toronto Comic Arts Festival, which was awesome. I've been looking ahead to the week of the weather and just thinking we might just keep things nicely hydrated. Things are really starting to hot up in London as well, with all sorts of different events kicking. And by the way, happy Pride. It's Pride.
Right, it's Pride Month. And let's go there next. You mentioned Comic-Con in Toronto. That must have been a blast. I remember some people would say that I would go to the opening of an envelope back when I served as an elected official. And I remember one of the strangest events that I attended was in the first year. We had an invite to come to Comic-Con London, and Batman was trying to set a world record for how many staples he could have in his body. I remembered speaking to my staff about maybe vetting those invitations a little bit more carefully after that.
But wait, back up. Like literal Batman, Bruce Wayne from Gotham City.
Oh, well, he said he was Batman, and he had the costume.
Okay, because I was just going to make sure you knew that he was fictional, yeah?
He was trying to set the record for how many staples he could have put into his body, so I'm not sure what he was thinking.
Right enough, yeah. Well, good, great. Yes, Staples Batman. That's amazing. I could probably geek out a lot more there, but I am also writing about the Toronto Comic Arts Festival for a comics website this week, so I'll save it for there. And this week we've got. I mean, you can't all be pale-skinned like me, staying indoors. The Scotsman looks like a milk bottle. In Scots, we say peely wally. And you can't be staying indoors like me all the time. There's lots of outdoor events. Looking ahead to the weekend. Diana will have more on Thursday, but I'm already looking at
So have you
staying
got
well
anything?
away.
Have you got anything that you can tease out right now?
Well, I'm thinking I'll stay well away from the Fanshawe Dragon Boat Festival. I'm aware that people like things, but I am definitely not a dragon boat man. What about you? You ever done a dragon boat?
Yeah, I did. I said I got a number of different kinds of invitations. It was a group of survivors of breast cancer. They had a team and they invited me out for a race. It was pretty phenomenal and pretty inspiring.
That's amazing, and I still wouldn't do it. Good for you. I see Pondfest coming up back on Ward 7, so there's a bit of that going to happen. Ward 7 was your area as well.
Yeah, what's happening up there?
Pondfest is on the calendar.
Oh yeah, that event has grown and grown, and that's probably coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, that's right, June the 13th. And I'm just having a wee look at londontourism.ca, which is a place you can go and find out about all the amazing things happening in London.
Okay, well, stay tuned for Diana's column coming up on Thursday, did you say?
Every Thursday. And what she'll do is pick out the cool stuff and not necessarily all the big stuff. And so we won't necessarily, because that's part of the fun of being a startup, we won't necessarily seek to be all things to all people. Instead, we'll seek to be the best thing for our target group of people out there whom we treat as community leaders. And that's anybody listening to this right now. You're welcome. But yeah, Deanna's going to cherry pick things there rather than just cover it all as well. But and it's that time of year when things just heat up. Eh? Like I don't know. I live with a teacher. Teachers are looking ahead to the end of school. Shout out to the teachers out there that think it's okay to stay at the beach all summer.
I won't take that personally.
But summer by the beach is coming, and look out for the U-Hauls and the free shelving by the roadside. May have some beer stains.
Oh, I'm thinking about the U-Hauls, and I'm picturing a certain bridge in downtown London that might get a scrape or two.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. I mean, it's a guilty pleasure to laugh about the Talbot Street Bridge. I feel bad. Every time someone has a bad day there, I think, oh, you poor bastard. And fair enough. And at the same time, the reason it's funny is it's inexplicable. So let's hope we've fixed it now. I don't know. What's it got? Klaxons on it now or something?
Oh my gosh. It has warnings. It has, height guards that you would hit before you hit the bridge. People drive right through those and then still into the bridge, and the top of the truck comes off like a sardine can.
Oh my God. Well, there, but for the grace of God, go I. Eh? Let's hope it doesn't happen to anyone this season. But yeah, it's going to be a hot one. I think we're looking at rain midweek, maybe. So my Rose might get a drink.
Oh, that sounds good. When we're thinking about any issues looking ahead, council has their committee meetings set up for this week before they go on their summer hiatus, which will be coming in just a few weeks. What are you watching there?
Yeah, we're going to pick things out of there once in a while. On Wednesdays with City Hall Notes, I'm giving you a briefing. So it's skimmable and skippable, and you can take it as you like.
It's actually quite hilarious, if you don't mind me saying it. The footnotes especially.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing my best to control myself. They'll go behind the curtain. That's because I build it like a comic book, and you can read a comic book more than once. But it's written in a way that's a briefing, so that people, if they follow along, they'll get the basic idea of what's happening at City Hall. We're not going to, again, try to be all things to all people, but once a week, I think we should pick out a story on Monday and just tee up something that's coming along. This week, most amused that it's later in the afternoon on Monday, we've got Community and Protective Services Committee at City Hall.
And that's the committee to watch, right? That's the backyard chicken committee.
Aye, that's right. Yeah, the one where you show up with the golden box for recycling and all that. That's awesome.
Oh.
And yeah, well, this one is about having our own tree nursery at City Hall. Not literally at City Hall. Our own municipal tree nursery as part of our municipal local government services.
I hadn't seen that. That makes a lot of sense, because every new neighborhood gets trees planted within a year of the neighborhood being handed over from the developer to the city. And the cost is astronomical to bring these trees in from wherever, Durham or wherever they come from. So
Yeah,
why not do it yourself?
Well, according to the city report, and just looking at that ahead of the meeting, the costs are getting higher. That's part of the problem. And also, the city is hitting supply challenges, so they can't find up trees. What they're going to do with the trees? They're going to grow their own trees. I think that's a cool idea.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so this isn't for sure. That nothing ever is. When we first report it from City Hall, there's always a grinder that everyone must go through, a meat grinder. This is an early part of the process. It's a feasibility study. Woo, sounds fancy. Nice work if you can get it. But they're going to look at different models about ownership and blah, 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 blah. And I've got a wee summary here. And so it could go in a number of different ways. Crucially, we don't know how much money might go into something like this.
Yeah,
It's
well, I can tell you,
subject.
it's millions and millions these days, and I haven't looked in years, but I can remember my jaw hitting the floor when I saw that number. You know, they say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time to plant a tree is right now. So maybe that goes for buying a tree as well. The best person to buy a tree from is yourself.
Maybe, yeah. I've planted trees in a number of places and I keep moving house. But now I've got mature trees and I mostly look up nervously. We maybe got an Ant City program too. Yeah, and that's it. We'll probably get some sort of audio jingle for this. Should we just go? "Poo, poo, 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 poo"? There we go. That's the end of that feature. In
Yes, actually,
news.
we'll get a swish or a Wayne's World. Diddle-oo, diddle-oo.
Oh man, that was a very early version. That was a very early reference to Wayne's World. I really hope we wouldn't end up there too soon.
I'm
Anyway,
sure.
Caps is Monday, planning's Tuesday. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll keep everybody abreast.
And that's the plan. That's the program. Let's talk construction. We're seeing a lot of road construction in London. What are you seeing?
The back of the car in front. I don't know, not much. Um, I managed to move through Wellington quite smoothly last week, but I think they've just switched to a new phase of the whatever it is. What's it? The gateway.
Yes.
The ERP thing. So I think that's hotting up again. I'm hearing rumblings from that direction. So I think we're confident in saying, watch out for Wellington Road. Allow lots of extra time.
And that's the
But
bus rapid transit project. And people are saying to me sometimes when I'm just at the market or out on the street that this bus rapid transit program really isn't cracked up what we said that it would be. And the fact of the matter is, it's not running yet, right? It doesn't run
yeah,
until the spring of 2027. That'll be the east leg, and followed very shortly after by the south leg that you're talking about.
yeah. So no pain, no gain. Okay, to be
Oh yeah, and
honest,
listen,
yeah.
Mike, London is going to be great when they finish it.
See, fair enough. And but well, with how do I put this? Value for money, right? Well, if you're going to put energy into something, you want to feel like you get something out of it. So if we're suffering through the construction, it's good to have an end in sight. I quite like the red bus lanes on what's it, King?
Yeah, and
Um,
apparently I had Skylar Frank on my television show over at Rogers Television, Newsmakers, and she's
mhm.
also the chair of the London Transit. And she said they put the paint in and the signals in way early, like 18 months early, so we could get used to it.
All right, okay. I'm not sure we're getting used to it, but I appreciate what I'm saying is I
The
appreciate
Uber
that. I
driver
like.
who's parked in the lane that's painted with its flashers on. I don't know if they're getting used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I see that a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm the crazy bugger that likes the metal trees. I like and I like the bus shelters. I feel strongly that we should be able to stay in touch with City Hall. This part of my own personal mission is to help people to understand their value for money. What bang are we getting for our buck? And so the BRT, yeah, let's support that. Let's go through that pain to get that gain. Fair enough. And also be aware it's painful out that way. We can look at london.ca for a guide to all the construction. There is so much construction in this town, they don't list it all. They do a top 10
The top
on the
10,
website.
it's like the hits.
They do the top 10 construction projects that you should know about. It's a culture round here, you guys. If Stockholm Syndrome wasn't made up, I would think it was Stockholm Syndrome of some kind. Anyway.
You bringing up Stockholm Syndrome reminds me of a conversation I had with a reporter over at the London Free Press. It was about 15 years ago. And it was Pat Maloney, actually. And Pat said, how do you like in council? I had just been elected to Ward 7, and we were having those really late meetings that were being chaired by Mayor Fontana, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You probably remember those. And I said,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I feel like when I look over at Press Row, just across the council chamber, I'm experiencing Stockholm Syndrome. The trouble is, I'm not sure who's holding whom hostage.
I think that's just simple trauma, mate.
Maybe that's what it is. I'll
I
talk
think
to
you're
my.
fine. Anyway, listen, sticking to the point. Every week we're going to mention a construction hotspot so
Yeah.
that over time we'll build a bit of awareness and we'll do a bit of chat around that. It will hopefully be more focused than this in future.
Yeah,
Folks,
and I
don't
wanted to work
think.
one last one in, Mike, and that is
Yeah.
Highbury. I just came up Highbury
Oh, aye.
from the 401, and well, actually, Jack Moulton wrote about this back in March in the London Free Press, and it's under major construction. It won't be finished prior to 2027, I believe, and then the city and the region are hoping that the province will take it over.
Yeah. It's a
I
big
look
one, Highbury. Yeah.
it's huge, 25 million plus, I
And
think,
it's not.
for the work. And fun fact, Highbury Road was connected to the Ring Road back in the 60s, the Ring Road that never happened, the Ring Road that
That,
that
that, that,
moved, that
that's
moved
the
over to
bugle.
Kitchener Waterloo.
Hang on. That's the Ring Road Bugle, right?
Yeah.
London, Ontario, this place loves to mention the Ring Road. Used to sit on Media Row at City Hall, and every so often someone would bring up the Ring Road and would hit an imaginary gong or blow an imaginary bugle or something.
Is that right?
Yeah, my God, you guys in your Ring Road. Okay, so there was somewhere there's a parallel dimension where London, Ontario got its Ring Road.
Yeah, and it's probably grown to 1 million people by now, and it's very connected to the region.
Absolutely, but Highbury is definitely worth watching. Remember that Highbury is going to be an ongoing issue with construction on the massive new housing. Basically, a whole village is going in there. What's it? Highbury
Oxford and
Hall.
Highbury. Yeah. Yeah. And also, connected to the municipal election that's coming up in October. When I came in on Highbury and I crossed over Hamilton Road, oh my gosh, the number of signs over there in Ward 1. Roger Caranci is, running strong. The incumbent right now, Hadley McAllister, he's got his signs up. I think that's the word to watch in the early days of this election. They're probably the most active campaign right now. We'll talk a lot about the election between now and October on this program too.
Absolutely. And do you know what? It is no coincidence that tomorrow Cedric and I are presenting a lengthy focus on. Can you have a lengthy focus? You can have depth of field. Anyway, we're presenting our lengthy article about Ward 1.
Okay.
So it got some analysis there of Caranci and McAllister. It's got some interesting bits and pieces around about town. Cedric is the man on the bike. So he's cycled the whole ward and he's bringing his reflections of each neighbourhood.
I'm
We've
really
also,
looking forward to that. I am,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead, Mike.
No, it's okay, but I'm just going to say we're also recommending a sandwich. Look out for that. I've never eaten it, but I'm going to get there. Anyway.
So a sandwich per episode. This is good.
Well, I think the idea was to add something a bit more human. We were talking about this Bifana sandwich or something, and you can hear it on the audio tomorrow. I'm not sure that I coped with it very well because the way Cedric was describing it was absolutely killing me and really badly needed to eat. So we want to engender good feelings in our listeners. But anyway, there's a restaurant tip, and we're going to talk about food every time. And we're calling it the 14 wards of London, Ontario, and we're starting with Ward 1.
Well, like my grandma says, there's nothing like food when you're hungry. So I'll look forward to reading that. I've also got a podcast up with Roger and Hadley sharing their vision for London. People are welcome to check that out. I'm really looking forward to checking out the project that you and Cedric are launching on Tuesday too. So, we probably got a little bit over time. We had planned to have this to be a little bit tighter, but that's okay. It's our first time through. We said there'd be some chinks in the armor, right? And here they are. Anything else to add for the good of the cause?
I think we're just going to make sure everybody knows that we're here. Give us a yell, follow along, look out for turning on paid subscriptions next week. We're looking for sponsors. We're talking to people about revenue streams, and we're taking this very seriously as a local journalism startup. It will very soon be a limited company, and it will very soon be accepting dollars. And so look out for that coming soon, and stay in touch, because that's what we're here for. And every week we'll do this. I'm sure we would love feedback on it.
Oh, absolutely. You can send us a note. We'll get an email address published soon, so you can reach out to us too. In the meantime, reach out to Mike on Substack. Reach out to me at the mattbrownpodcast.com, and reach out to our other partners through their various means of communication as well.
Absolutely, but no hugs. We don't do hugs. I don't like hugs.
I think that's in the fine print, isn't it, Mike, it's a real pleasure to launch this. This is the inaugural Buckle Up podcast, and I hope people enjoy it. You can learn all about London, Ontario online news by just doing a quick Google. And at the end of this program, you're going to hear a loon call. I love it. Mike hates it.
I don't hate it.
It sounded like you hated it.
I didn't actually hate it. I just felt it should be accompanied by someone holding a lion cub off a cliff.
Okay, that's a great spot to leave it. Listen, Mike, thanks for your time. Happy Monday, and let's go.
Happy Monday, Matt. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Okay, London, that's the show. You've been listening to Buckle Up, your weekly update about all things London, brought to you by London, Ontario Online News. That's Loon for short. This week, the content is on the house. Starting next week, you can subscribe to Loon and get 5 full days of content each and every week. Thanks for listening. Have a great week, and talk to you again next Monday.